return in one single to the forest.
Thank you.
Okay.
Conversation time.
It is. Well, thank you for joining me, Gemma, on this trip down to the forest ground. Just wanted people to see how quickly and easily you can move around Nottingham. The tram's fantastic, one of the things that really appealed to me. And in about 4 stops we'll be down at the New Art Exchange. So, Gemma, what did you say your job title was again?
I'm the Eclipse Theatre producer based at the Nottingham Playhouse.
So tell me a little bit about how you became to be the Eclipse Theatre producer.
Well, I've had a career in theatre for probably about 8 years, and then this opportunity came up for me to work outside of London, and I jumped at it. And also I know Nottingham quite well because I've had friends that studied here, and it was a good opportunity for me to spend some time working in black art specifically, outside of London and Nottingham in particular.
Okay, I was going to ask that question. Has your experience been exclusively within black arts?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I found myself that actually that's become an area of expertise over the last 3-4 years. But I work across theatre in its widest sense.
Fantastic. Just to clarify, and when you say black, which communities are you actually talking about?
At the moment, Eclipse Theatre is black, and we define that as African and African Caribbean.
And how have you found people when they've come in? You've been working nationally and I guess internationally. What have you found their response has been to the programme you've been delivering and to Nottingham?
I think certainly in Nottingham there's been a hunger for this type of arts provision because historically across the country and in Nottingham as well there is not a great deal of provision for black theatre artists, writers, directors and actors. And actually I've just finished a large project and I'm really pleased that actually we were able to employ a lot of local artists.
In many ways, for theatre practitioners, the Eclipse project has already firmly embedded Nottingham as a focal point, as a city, that in their thinking.
Yeah. Eclipse is a national initiative and it's a strategic initiative, and when it began 5 years ago it actually spent 2 years in Nottingham based at the Nottingham Playhouse. So actually a lot of the artists when I came on board were familiar with the Eclipse programme, so I guess in a way I didn't have to do a lot of the groundwork that my predecessors would have had to have done in the other cities that Eclipse is based in.
Absolutely. And you were saying earlier that in terms of a relationship between the New Art Exchange and the Eclipse programme, there has already been some sort of crossover from artists being developed within the New Art Exchange into Eclipse and therefore onto a national platform.
Last year I attended the Emerging event at the Sandfield Theatre and I met a number of artists that I was actually able to approach and in some cases employ to be involved in my project The Generator that just took place in May at the Nottingham Playhouse.
Fantastic.
So that's a good development, certainly in terms of relationship building between the New Art Exchange and my job in particular, but also with the Playhouse as well, because although the New Art Exchange has a wider remit than the Nottingham Playhouse is strictly theatre, you know, it's very important that two city centre buildings, organisations work as closely together, because actually we're all up for the same thing, about developing artists to be the best that they can be.
We're getting quite close actually, so it's that quick. It's such a speedy journey. I mean, one of the things I thought was great about coming on the tram was just seeing how near we are. That's it. That simple. From the tram to our new building.